Hey everybody, welcome to Black Friday. This is Black. I'm Friday. I'm actually Hal.
And I'm Ernest. What up, baby?
What up, man? So,
how we come up with the damn name Black Friday?
I don't know, man. We were just talking about how what's a good name, and like you sent a Felicia, a by Felicia.
Mm-hmm. I was wearing that by Felicia
meme.
T-shirt.
Yeah, your T-shirt. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man. I love that movie, and you're like, yeah, Black and Friday, and so for some reason we thought about Black Friday. I'm like, oh, that's a good name for a podcast.
But didn't somebody already have Black Friday?
Yeah, I looked it up, and there's already a Black Friday, but it's like a weird horror thing.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, oh, well, we'll just call it Black Friday Comedy Podcast.
Yes.
And then that just makes that distinction.
We can just stretch it out long enough so it's only like 1% of what the original name was. Because it's like 10% or some shit. Like
yeah, dude. It's I don't know. It was some weird thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's change the wording a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit and shit. We sitting on this couch like we on a date later. A bare ass wall. But hey, we getting there. Shit.
Yeah,
hey,
it's
we gonna move on up.
Yeah, man.
Where your podcast at? Shit. That's what I'm talking about. But nah, we in this bitch, man. And it's cool, man. So we're both comedians.
Yeah.
We met on the comic scene here in Austin.
Yeah, like what was the Wanderlust, right? There's this place called Wanderlust.
Yeah, the Wine Code. Destiny runs shows there now.
Yeah, and we met there like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
2 years, bro.
2 years,
like,
damn, man, that's
2 and some change, actually. Yeah.
Damn, has it been that long?
It's been that long, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are we swearing on this podcast? I don't know.
Too late. Too late.
Oh fuck, dude. Yeah, it was. We met there, and then we kind of hit it off right away. Yeah. And then 2 years later, here we are, man.
I know, dude. Finally getting some shit done.
Yeah, dude. So, tell me what got you into comedy?
Bro, man. So growing up, you know, I've always tell us, and I think this is 99% of each comic's story. Well, I always was funny. People always said I should be a comedian, this, and this. But, you know, for me, I think as a kid, it just came naturally, right? Just being funny, goofing off in class, whether it was through physical comedy, not knowing what I was really doing, which was an act out at that point in time, right? And I would watch all these old comics do stand up, like Eddie Murphy, Delirious, right? And Showtime at the Apollo was like a big part of my life because I used to watch Showtime at the Apollo with my mom, and comedians always hosted it. So when they came out, they would do like 1 to 3 minutes of their material, man, have me cracking up. And then they started putting comedians on Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, really?
Bro, some of the comedians come out there, start and get their ass booed off the stage.
Yeah, dude, I've seen clips of that. I'm like, dude, that is brutal.
I know. I wanted to recreate a show like that, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We should do that.
Nobody would show up. Bro, could you imagine getting booed off the stage? I quit.
Yeah, this is over. I'm done with comedy,
Nah.
man.
Shit, I think if I got booed, if I got booed off the stage, I wouldn't quit.
No, it's definitely like it'll hurt your butt for a while, but you'll come back.
I don't know about my butt, but my feelings. Yeah, I mean, you gotta get booed off the stage and take it up the ass.
Dude, that's a rough day. I'll tell you what.
Office.
Man. If that's not the worst day of your life, I don't know what is, man. Man. So you watched that, dude? So you were a kid watching all that stuff?
Yeah, man. Well, I would say 10. I started about 10 because, you know, on Fridays, Saturdays, we used to stay up late. And Showtime at the Apollo came on at midnight. Okay. So me and my mom would be staying up watching it because she liked to watch the singers. Nice. So she really turned me on to it. And, I'm staying up late watching Showtime at the Apollo. And then when BET happened, BET Comic View. Yeah. Watching that on Sundays. I think it was Sundays. Def Comedy Jam when we had cable.
Oh, damn. Dude, I love, I remember Martin and Bernie Mac doing that shit.
That's like the most memorable episode, I think.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, man. Those were really good days in comedy, I think. Yeah.
Especially Martin Lawrence, man, because, you know, Martin stand up and then Def Jam and then all the movies he started making.
Yeah. Was his show before the movies or after? I think before, right?
No, I think the show Martin was before. Bad Boys,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, because I guess like his comedy stuff blew up, and then he's like, "Oh, we'll give you a show," and then suddenly he just became like this international superstar.
And I think that's the career path of a comedian, right? Start at open mics. Once you do open mics, you start getting booked on local shows.
Yeah.
Get booked on local shows. Now you start touring comedy festivals.
Yeah.
And then if you're that guy, hey, you know, come out here. We got this TV show we want you to try to audition for.
Yeah.
And then, hey, we got a movie. And then, I mean, if you're that guy, I think Hollywood builds things around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because shit, look at Soul playing Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Horrible movie.
Yeah,
horrible movie.
But that got him on the map.
It
though.
did.
Yeah,
it did.
I remember, like, dude, I've listened. Have you read his book?
Nah.
No, dude, I've listened to his book like 10 times, something like that, and it just goes over like he was doing comedy. He did Soul Plane, but people remembered him from Soul Plane, even though like I've never seen it. But from what you said, it's like not a good movie, right? But it got him like a lot of people to see him somehow. I don't even know how they saw him because like, I've never even heard Soul Plane until he talked about it in the book. But did how did you get a hold of that?
Soul Plane?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm black. Soul Plane, man. Shit. That's one of the hood B-rated, B-list movies. Garbage, man. But it did get him on the map. It had some funny parts in it. I mean, let me say the people that were in it, phenomenal actors, phenomenal comedians, but the writing of it, you know what I'm saying? It was way back in the day, kind of real far-fetched, outlandish. So yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, but I think a lot of black kids
people
watched it, of course. And whether it was good or bad, people still talking about him.
Yeah,
and people still got to know who Kevin Hart was. Yeah. And now his movies have gotten better. So you can't base a person's career off of that first movie.
No, of course not. Dude.
Or their first stand-up special, I guess.
Yeah. I think, like, in his case particularly, like, his movies didn't really take off until, like, he became, like, a superstar as a stand-up. And then once he did that, that's when, like, oh, okay, you can take whatever you want. You own everything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, once you started hearing people go, all right, you gonna learn today. Yeah, it was over. I was like, all right, this dude's about to blow. Yeah, like about to be phenomenal.
What did you see that? This is what like I don't even want to get into the weeds of Kevin Hart specifically, but he said that what really like blew him off the roof was like some sort of some thing he like a Shaq special, something like that. Did you watch that?
Oh yeah, All-Star comedy special. Like during NBA All-Star Week, Shaq I think used to have all these All-Star comedy jams.
Okay.
And I think he was on one of them. I don't know.
I've never even heard of that, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of the show, but I don't think I've seen Kevin Hart's episode.
Okay, but apparently that's what like took him over the edge, and like he just started selling out after that.
Probably, man. Shaq knows a lot of people, and people gonna come out, and you know we love comedy, man.
Yeah,
if you're funny and you put a major comedy event together with celebrities, people gonna show up.
Yeah, dude.
People who need to see you gonna show up. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
definitely. That's the truth, man.
Yeah. So what about you, bro? Like, what started you out in comedy?
Dude, so here's what's interesting. Like, I never really paid attention to stand-up per se until, like, I was much older. But I always loved comedy. And what really, like, I always, like in class, I would goof around. I would, like, anytime I could get, like, you know, did you guys have, like the teacher would say, hey, could you read the date off of the whatever? And I would try to make that funny. Like,
and when he says you guys, he means Americans.
So that's what I would like. I would try to goof off. I got in trouble a lot, but one time the English teacher would have us do like plays, but in front of the class, not the school or anything, like just the class, and they had us do Hamlet. You ever do like read Hamlet?
Yeah, but I didn't do the play.
So. But I wanted to be Hamlet, and the teacher's like, no, you're the bad guy. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be the bad guy. I want to be the fucking hero or whatever. So after that, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to have fun with this. And then at the time, I was like, I didn't like the fact that she gave me that, but it was like kind of like
just profiling you.
Yeah, man. Fucking Arab over here.
Brown kid, you're the bad guy.
So after that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have fun with it. and I started goofing around like playing the character as if like a funny guy. And when I first noticed the people laughing at that, I'm like, oh shit, people are laughing at what I'm doing. Yeah. And that's when it hit me. Oh, you can actually do this as a career. Then, you know, a long time passed and I never actually did anything because I auditioned for another play or whatever. I didn't even like get anything. I'm like, okay, that's over. I'm not this dude. And after a while, I moved to LA to do like acting. I all I knew was I wanted to do some sort of comedic acting. I didn't know if I wanted to do stand up. I had no. I was actually.
What year was this?
I was 25. So this was 2013.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 2012. Sorry. And I moved to LA. I've never done anything. Just I'm just gonna do it. Moved from Costa Rica, right? So I had to find a way to actually I got a student visa and all that just so I could stay in the country and all that. And throughout that, people kept telling me, "Hey, you should do stand up." I'm like, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna do stand up." Like that.
Oh, me?
I'm not doing that, dude. I was like that. That was one of the things that terrified me the most. And then after a while, I started to I really enjoy acting when it's like some funny stuff, but when it's drama, dude, to me that it's I love watching a drama movie, but I don't like being the actor because I just felt like you were taking that home. With a comedy, it's just it blows off, and that's so. After enough people were telling me that, I'm like, I guess I should try this and then I did, and there was the first time I tried it was at a. My wife and I met at a yoga retreat, and at that yoga retreat, the teacher said at the end of the retreat, everybody has to do some sort of performance. It has to be 5 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I'll do stand up. I don't have any material, but I'll just go up there and wing it for 5 minutes. Dude, I killed for 2.5 minutes, and I bombed for 2.5 minutes. But after that, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. So that's how I got into it. Okay. Yeah.
I know you ain't doing yoga no more. I see you been down. You been down like an old folded up rusty ass chair, bro. I was like yoga retreat. Nah, bro. They got those for men?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, there were two guys. It was me and another guy. That was the only two guys there. The rest of it was 30 people in total. Everybody else was a chick. Yeah. And it was me and another guy.
Was it like that movie, The Honeymooners? Dude come out with that long ass hair. You know what I'm talking about? At that Ben Stiller.
Yeah, dude. Something
remember the Zohan as the barber.
Yeah, the barber. The Heartbreak Kid, I think it is. No,
when they go on the damn yoga, they go on the honeymoon or something, vacationers. And then the damn yoga dude comes out there.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't remember the name, but yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, that's funny, man. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, yoga retreats are cool, man. I want to get into yoga to improve my flexibility. Yeah, if the VA pay for it. Yeah, because that's rough. Getting started. Yeah. So. What do you think about the comedy scene here in Austin? And
dude, it's blowing up. Yeah. I feel like I see so many new people every day.
Every day, bro.
Every day, man. It's ridiculous.
And it's about 35 mics around this bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
But so how do you decide which mics you go to?
I like I like to stagger them so I can do as many as I can as possible. Obviously, sometimes it's easier to do. There's a few mics that are the actual benefit of the mic isn't that much, but the fact that you just get on stage and get it out of the way, it's kind of okay, all right, you blew the rust off of you. So I like location obviously plays a big part in it. Yep. But the time that's lately I've been if there's an actual crowd of people there, I like doing that too because I don't do my first set of anything there because I want to have things thought out a little bit more, and that way by the time I get to an actual crowd, I'm like, okay, let's see if this is any good or if this is just gonna fall flat. Yeah. So, yeah. What about you, man?
Man, location first of all, you know, because I live up north. Yeah. I have to know, if there's going to be actual patrons there and not just comedians. Yeah. And there's a few. So on Mondays, I'll hit one on Monday, and then Tuesday, you know, if I'm not doing Kill Tony at the Mothership, of course.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday, they have a mic in Round Rock. That's pretty good. Slims.
Yeah.
And then Monday's the Front Page.
Yeah, I
right?
like the Front Page, yeah.
But I like Slims because I haven't been in a while, but I think you get like 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's a longer set.
But Abe Smoke Shop, you been to Abe Smoke Shop?
No.
Bruh, they you get on the mic, if there ain't too many people in there, they just let you go.
Really?
I did like 17 minutes one time.
17?
Bruh, I ain't even lying.
Is there a crowd?
Comedians, that's why,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't going 17 minutes at no damn over mic people with no patrons in there.
Yeah, no, man.
Because I mean, I was just working out some stuff, and what I got my 2 bits from going to Abe's, but most definitely, even though there's just comedians there, parking is free, and you get to really work out a joke.
Okay.
Because, dude, I was doing my joke, I messed it up. I started all over, did it again.
Okay.
Just so I can get it right. You know what I'm saying? Just so I can get it right. And that's what I like about Abe's Smoke Shop.
Okay.
Shoot. But I want to venture out to some more, man. But, you know, having a family.
Yeah, dude, you got like a whole shebang, dude. You got 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you're working out. You got your hands busy.
Yeah. Got my shows I produce, Satire Saturdays. First Saturday of every month, plug in, house party comedy show. The Act Out, Cold Town Theater. So I'm doing something, man.
Yeah, man, that's the deal, man. You got to do something.
Yeah, got to create your own path.
Yeah, man. What's been the thing that you like the most about doing stand up so far?
Bro, honestly, after I write a joke and it just comes out, so like, cause you know, writing jokes it's time consuming. It's hard to get it right, but sometimes you just write that joke the first time and it's like, okay. And then when you try it on stage, you're like, all right. That happened to me Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was just messing around with some stuff, going back over some old jokes, wrote 2 jokes. And I wasn't going to do them on stage because it wasn't the crowd for these jokes. But I was like,
let it go.
I'm going to let it go. Just packaged it a little different.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, shit, got big laughs.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, man. And having like an immediate, like you write it as it is and you say it as it is and it just comes out like a big pop. That is one of the best feelings.
Yep.
Also, the ones that I like, I love. That is like that's
it's
like,
up there.
That's
it's
like crack, dude. That is crack.
Yeah.
But I also like when something hasn't worked at all for a while, and then suddenly you find whatever it is, if it's like a word change or if it's like the way you perform it or whatever, just like a slight adjustment, and suddenly that makes it pop.
Yeah.
That is also really like a really good feeling.
And it can just be as simple as word placement.
Yeah.
Word placement or change up the way a word sounds, you know, with the ick, kick, all them sounds that you put at the end. I always put the funniest word last. And it's taken me a while to find that, right? But now it's like I'm not married to any of my material, and I had to get over that part. I was like, dude, I spent 35, 45 minutes writing this 3 lines. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not deleting it. No, I'm not erasing it. And then you find something different, and you're like, I gotta erase that shit. That's whack. Yeah. So I'll erase it, and now that comes easier for me writing my material.
Yeah, I notice you edit way better than I do.
Okay.
Like
how so? Example.
So I noticed that the way you like rearrange stuff or do things. Sometimes it takes me like 3 or 4 tries. Sometimes you just look at something, you're like, no, this doesn't go well. So instead of like doing it 3 or 4 times, you just look at it and then you're like, oh no, hold on, you haven't even performed it, and you already like rearranged it, and then by the time you go out and do it, it works way better. So,
all right, well, I appreciate that, man, and I think practice, bro. Like when I go on stage, especially at open mic, I'll have a set that I want to go practice at the open mic, but halfway through it, I just go off on a tangent with other premises that I thought of and just abandoned what I was doing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's what I need to get better at, is living through the open mic set. You know? Just mirroring
just
that
feeling
going through that set. And one, that's going to help you get that joke ingrained into your memory, right? And now editing comes easier when you're just replacing some of those words or those statements. But editing now, when I read it, and some people say, "Hey, just say that shit on stage. Don't edit it." Right? But after a while, I'm like, I'm not saying it like that because I know it don't work. I done tried it 30 damn other times.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I just either wrote it fast or just tried to put too much in the setup. And I was like, yeah, I got to take that out. I got to take that out.
Yeah.
And so now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often are you riffing on stage?
Man, you can tell when I start to riff because my voice changes.
Really?
And I think that is my comedic voice.
Okay.
Because I really haven't found it. Like when I'm in my jokes, right, that I have written out, I can get to a certain part and it'll just trigger me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh hell no, and I'll just start. You can tell like this dude's going off a rant, but it's just thoughts that are coming to my head and I'm riffing off of the joke that I already wrote.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't put it on paper, but I've thought about it.
You've definitely thought
So
about
I'm just going in sequential order from stuff I remember.
Yeah.
And it's what I really, really feel. Not saying that the jokes that I write aren't what I really feel, but you know, jokes sometimes are expounded upon and stretched and to make to be fabricated, right?
Yeah.
But the tangents is like, bro, I really, really feel like this. It really pisses me off. It really upsets me. And when it comes out genuine like that, I think that's when I'm riffing.
Yeah.
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 And not all the times like that.
Yeah, it's not all the time that it's going to happen, but when you have something that you like truly feel, that is always going to be a good indicator that something's there, whether or not it's coming out funny or not. Yeah. There's definitely something there.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I try to riff, but I used to write on stage a lot, but you can't do that.
Okay, Louis C.K. Shit.
You can't do that here in Austin, I noticed. Like, I did that for, like, the first year. Dude, I was bombing a lot, and people, like, it was like I was like a repellent. People didn't even want to hang out with me, dude. Yeah, man, it was rough, so I'm like, okay, I gotta be sharp with what I'm writing, man, so. But I like doing that because I feel like that's the truest expression. Like I don't even have to worry about like remembering shit because I always did it on stage. So I'm like, okay, I pieced it together and blah blah blah. So by the time I get on stage, I'm like, I'm done. Like I'm just saying whatever it was. I like doing that a lot. I want to get back to it. Like I've been writing a lot, like by hand, a lot more. So now I want to take my old way of doing it and then putting those two together and seeing what comes out of it.
Yeah. That sounds like a good method, man. I bet, you got some old stuff that now when you look at it, you're like, oh, I'm about to tighten this up.
Yeah, yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I've had that, and then I've had some old stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't even want to do that anymore, even though there's something that I feel like is there, but I'm like, I can't find a way to make that seem true to me anymore. So
what's your attitude that you take on stage before a performance? Like how you get yourself hyped before you're about to go on stage?
Oh man, that's a good question. Sometimes I like to listen to some sort of music just to get my body movement, or I like to look at it as oh man, I'm gonna show them. That's when I have some.
I'm gonna show you, buddy.
I'm gonna show you, motherfuckers. You're gonna take them.
Take these jokes.
Yeah, you're gonna take them whether you like them or not, man. So when I'm in that playful mood, that's when I do the best. If I ever get timid or anything like that, it's like, oh, dude, it's over. It's. What about you, man?
I see it as a competition. Like it's me against their ass. Yeah. And my job is to make you laugh. Yeah. Like I gotta win. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's like a competition. Like I gotta win, and by winning, I gotta make you motherfuckers laugh the whole time I'm on stage. Yeah. Right. And that's how I go into it. Yeah. So I get like, all right, like I won't be defeated. Yeah. And that turns on something to get me into that zone.
It's like you ever heard Michael Jordan used to say, "I never lost the game. I just ran out of time." I like that mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna get you. Maybe sometimes it might take a little bit longer. I like the first thing that comes out of my mouth, I want that to like get a nice pop. Yeah. So I'd like to, unless I'm hosting, it's different. But if I'm going after someone else, I'll try to riff off of whatever they said, and once I'm like in a good groove, I say like when I've been like really sharp. Then typically like 75% of the time I will get a decent pop, and then that sets the tone for the rest of the
set.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's your opener? What you go to?
Like if I don't have a comedian before me, I'll try like one that hits pretty well is like the one I met my wife at a yoga retreat.
Yeah.
I made some advances and she retreated. That's been like, dude, like 95% of the time it hits.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this I'm opening with this whether if I don't have anything else. Yeah. What about you, man?
Y'all better act like y'all paid to be in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna come to the spot you paid in and ain't gonna have fun?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think once I say that in the way I say it, you know, and I could be totally wrong, shit. Like, stop saying it. But if I spend some money, damn it, I'm coming to have fun.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I just like reminding them in a kind of
Yeah.
joyful way that, hey, bitch, you paid to be here.
Yeah, man.
Right?
That is very true, dude. I don't know anybody that paid to go somewhere and wanted to have a bad time.
Yeah.
So, but you can tell some people are not in a good mood. Like, bitch, you better perk up.
Like, why you here?
Yeah.
Like, who did somebody force you to be here? You paid. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be upset right now.
Nah.
So, yeah, that's a good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Freaking I love comedy, dude. Stand up. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. I mean, we got a lot of great comedians here in Austin, man. Like, a lot of great comedians.
Yeah.
And you know the others. But I think anything is possible with hard work and consistency. So,
yeah, I agree, man.
But you know, I think the hardest part is having comedian friends. I think I'm a pretty honest person, and like I'm like, dude, that joke ain't working, bro.
Yeah, no, I always appreciate that.
Like, you gotta get rid of that shit. And I would hope people would tell me the same.
Yeah, I want to do that. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be mean, but I need to be like that.
Yeah. Or like, hey, I don't understand it, and maybe if I don't understand it, the audience will understand
that's
it.
true.
So how can we rephrase this? So, because if I don't understand it, probably 1 in 3 aren't gonna understand it.
If one person doesn't understand, like I use my wife for something like that too, because like she needs it to be very a certain way. So I'm like, if she doesn't understand it, there's something wrong with the joke. And you know what's funny? Like, she laughs at the goofiest things that I say just in conversation, but when it comes to the stand up, she's like a harsh critic. So she, like, I can see her like she's like, I'm like, oh fuck, this is not funny, huh?
Bro, sometimes like I only tell my wife the jokes I want her to hear.
Yeah.
Right? They have to be almost finished for me to tell her. Yeah. Because if they're in the beginning stages, she gonna start giving me all her input and shit. I'm like, girl, you don't write no goddamn jokes. Like, no, just that ain't how it goes, man. Look. And then I'm like, I can't even tell you a premise without you trying to rewrite the whole joke. And I ain't even wrote shit down yet. God, dog, man. But when I get it finished and I tell her, she's like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. And see her giggle when I'm just telling it her and not performing it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's the best.
Yeah,
that's the
like,
best.
This shit gonna hit.
I used to do that at mics too. Well, I still do it when like with the initial, just like whatever I write, just to see if just the written portion of it gets like any sort of reaction.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm onto something
Hell
here.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What about like dude? You know what pisses me off? But I know it's just the name of the game.
Yeah.
Comedy festivals. Do you apply to comedy festivals?
I've applied to a few.
How much money you lost?
About at least $200.
Oof,
yeah.
Jesus. I can't bring myself to god dog on me pay these $25 and $30 damn fees and hopes to get picked. Yeah. It's rough, man. Look, but I think being selective in the festivals you pick could really pan out for you.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Like agent or executives from shows or bookers or people in the industry come to these festivals. Yeah. Right? They host these workshops and they're just like, again, if you're at the right place, the right time, and the right person see you and you have a killer set, your life could change. Yeah, man. Your life could change. So sometimes that $25, $30 is worth it. And I think that's what the festivals want you to know. Like, hey, if you didn't get picked this year, got it, but we can't pick everybody.
There's a lot of people applying to these
But don't just pick your friends either.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. All right. I feel you definitely, man. So, we should probably wrap this up in a little bit, huh? So just to take it home, where do you want to go from, like we're at this point right now, what's something that you're looking forward to, let's say in a year or so?
Man, so I have each year, I set goals for what I want to do in comedy. And it's kind of cheesy. But you
like the cheese, baby.
You gotta love cheesy. So the clubs around here: East Austin, Black Rabbit, Roscoe's, Vulcan, Mothership would be the 5, right?
Yeah, Cap City.
Cap City. Forgot about Cap City 6.
Yeah, I would say
I love Cap City.
Yeah.
So 6. Velveeta Room 7.
Velveeta Room. There's the Sunset Strip
8.
And there's one more. I'm blanking, but I think we got the gist.
So 8. So 8 or 9. So
yeah.
So my goal was to perform at all those clubs this year.
Okay.
So I've done Mothership. I've done
Cap
City. I've done Roscoe's. What else have I done?
Have you been at East Austin?
East Austin.
Yeah.
Yep. So the only one I'm missing is Vulcan.
Okay.
And Sunset.
Yeah.
Only 2 I haven't performed at this year.
Yeah.
And I don't know what. I think I can get Vulcan. But Sunset, oh no. So if I hit Kill Tony again this year, but probably not, because I'm going to Colorado.
Yeah.
Doing a show out there. Then Satire Saturdays.
Yeah, man.
But man, I got my own shit, and my own shit is popping right now.
Yeah.
So I don't need to. I mean, it would be good to get seen by different people and perform on these stages. But right now I'm just keeping my head down and try to build up my own shit and just become undeniably funny.
That's the name of the game, man. If people can't say no to you when you're just undeniable.
Right.
So
what about you?
For this year, I had like a goal of like have 25 shows that I did. I think I came like a little bit short, like maybe like by 5 or something like that.
Now your ain't over?
No, it ain't over. And then by next year, I have a similar goal. I don't know. I want to like be passed at these clubs.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like my goal for next year.
See, I forgot about all of that. Yeah, I forgot about doing open mics and getting passes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that is the next step to get booked at these clubs.
That way they think of you as a regular, right? So they keep having you on, and I don't know. You never know what happens after that. So.
Yeah, never know, man. Never know. But hell yeah, bro, this has been fun.
Yeah, man, I love this thing. So let's keep it going.
Hell yeah.
This has been Black Friday, people.
I'm Black.
I'm Friday.
Till next time.
Bye-bye.